Alright, I'm back for Genshin Friday. A bit later than anticipated because I had a few things that needed to be done around the house, including getting a guy to come and fix my gutters and trim the hedge in the front garden and all that good stuff. But now all this stuff is done, so finally I can chill on my Friday. No son, no wife, nothing to do except play Genshin. And of course have a smoke inside because no one's home. It's my day off. Right. Lady commissions. That's quite alright, Catherine.
Add Astra.
We're gonna grab this. We're gonna grab this. We're gonna grab this. Thank you very much, Captain. Okay. Let's send down Chongyun and ka-ching. Ka-ching. Right then. Bam. Oh, we're just short. What weeklies we need? Cook one dish. Okay, that'll do. Cook one dish. Off we go to cook a dish. Nice. I only get more, I think, for the next level. But it will do. Very good. Very good. Oh man, it's got so bright here. Right, just a second ago. And the light up. Take this mic down. Too hot up. In my face. Mace to the face. Alright. Enough idle chit chat. Let's get to that domain and do the domain. Let's go, yo. Very good. All right. Teleporting here, there, and everywhere. No, this is the way. Okay, so
luck can swing the.
Come on, Mr. Sinnoh, let's do this. Let's do this. Bum.
Stabilize.
Odds revealed.
Order guide you.
Thank you, Mr. Lee. Ooh, 3 drops. Meh. Got potential. Oh, it's a shame it's a HP Sands, but okay. Let's go again then.
Well, by royal decree.
Futile. Through me, justice is served. Pulverize. He's been condemned. Their penance is due. Stabilize.
I'm getting sick of this deal. Odds reveal.
Your sins weigh upon your soul. Guilty.
Alright, Sinnoh. You know, it's Sinnoh. Three drops again. Wow. The wrong set. But okay. EM. Nice. Too bad it's not very good. We need EM circlet. No, what do we need? We need crit damage circlet with EM on it. That's what we need.
You are not welcome here.
Scatter. Spring forth. Scatter.
This is order. Nowhere to run.
I'm
Testing my patience.
Futile. Judgment is upon you. Your penance is due. Stabilize.
by royal decree. Exterminate.
Midnight Phantasmagoria. Order guide you. Surrender.
What's it going to be today? Maybe we'll get something nice. Mwah. Oh. Let's go. Oh.
You are not welcome here.
Propagate. Scatter.
Gather.
Ah!
As you wish. Through me, justice is served.
Now you're testing my patience.
Let's go. Come on. 3 drops again. Whoa. Not very good, any of them, but wow. 3 for the strong box.
You are not solidified. I will have order.
Propagate. Odds reveal thyself. I'm getting sick of this.
Your sins weigh upon your soul.
Oh, that was a mistake.
You stay condemned. Guilty. You stay condemned. Nowhere to run.
By royal decree.
Futile.
Alright, let's see what Mr. Sinnoh is going to get for us this time. No, why defense? Okay, continue. We've got one more 20 resin run in us. We'll see what that will bring us. Please, good damage circle. I think it's good damage circle he needs. Yep, it is. But one with crit rate on it. And EM. Please game, please game. Be kind to Alk.
Exterminate.
It's
Propagate.
the Alk Appreciation Month.
Midnight fantastic.
Through me, justice is served.
I'm getting sick of this.
Now you're testing my patience.
Guilty. Stay condemned. Your penance is due.
Oh, you're kidding me. Artifacts, where's that flower we got? Let's enhance. Oh, let's enhance this one first. That'll make space. I'm all the way to 20. Lol. Alright. Okay. The usual junk one comes to expect from Genshin Impact. Alright, let's see the other flower then. That Lumine got. Deepwood Memories. Was it not a flower? It might not have been a flower. Where's that? Unlock that. What? I thought it must have been that HP goblet. I believe it was. Okay, fine. Let's take this up to 20. Lol. Flat defense. Yo, MDR, how you doing, mate? How's your Friday going? ER. Do we have any other ER? Let's see. Crit rate and crit damage. Right, what does she need? Have you never changed it? I think I changed to Electra. I didn't use Geo. Geo was the best, but I think Dendro's the best now, then Geo. And I changed Electro just to try it, and I wasn't that impressed. He was like Geo Traveler was more like just a battery. You didn't. I am British, yeah. Live from London. What am I looking for? But yeah, like Dendro Traveler is really good. On this account, I'm just gonna keep her as my main Dendro applier. Really, it's nice here. Lots to see. I don't know who you are. Lots to do, like touristy stuff. Deepwood. All right. I'm gonna take all of her stuff up if I can. This is really bad. The EM's not bad. Let's have a look, see if we've got another Dendro. Dendro Goblet. Oh, does he? Well then, it's well worth coming if you're going to see your dad as well as have a holiday. This is on set, but man, those substats, Jesus. Jesus. Yeah, that's it. We only have 4 Dendro Goblets. They're all bad. Bad. On set, but bad. And bad, so I'll just take this one up because it's already plus 13. I just want that Dendro damage bonus. Yeah, that was... like, the blind dog wasn't me, it was another organisation. All I did was change the music to that and then re-upload it. But yeah, I tried a few building videos back in the day when I was just using the mobile phone and stuff. But I used to have time to like do YouTube or streaming. Well, I couldn't do streaming where I used to live because I couldn't get fibre. It was down this private drive and the phone company wouldn't lay fibre down there, so I was stuck on shitty ADSL for ages, so I couldn't stream when I used to game a lot. So I used to try and make videos, but then I was also working full time. And then coming home in the evenings and playing games, and so there was no time to, like to do all the video editing and stuff. But yeah, with my situation now with my family, I can squeeze in a bit of streaming, and plus we got fibre here. Yeah, I was just trying different things. Like I'm interested in like tech, like PC stuff, even though my PC's pretty old now. Yeah, I like animals. I've got cats. I would have a dog, but one of our cats would absolutely go mental. I like video games, anime, all this stuff. Ah, thank you, man. I'm gonna try and start making YouTube videos on Genshin once, probably in a few weeks. I need to like do some catching up on Premiere, how to use the new version of Adobe Premiere. And I need to let my son settle into school so we get a bit more of a stable routine. The last few weeks have been up and down, so I haven't had much time. But once he's in more of a stable routine, I can work out what time I'm gonna do the streaming in the day, work out my workflow basically, when I'm gonna take footage of the game, decide what I'm gonna talk about and all that kind of stuff, write a script. They are helpful. So what do you play on? Do you play on PlayStation? I'm finished on this account. I think I've done everything. Let's go into my main account. Sam plays on PlayStation. I tried playing on my phone, on Android, but without controller support, it's so difficult with the touchscreen, I find it anyway. Yeah, I'm trying to think of like a USP, like a unique selling point for videos, but I mean, so many people like Genshin that there's so many videos around, so everyone, it's already covered most of the bases. So I think I'm gonna do videos about like the history and the lore and the characters, the world building behind Teyvat, and my kind of streams are more focused on like gearing up characters and builds and stuff. So that's what I think I'll do. Oh, you play on touchscreen without controller? That is impressive. The most I can sort of manage is like my commissions, and that's about it. I mean, I heard about a lot of people saying they use third-party apps to use a controller, but I'm like, no way. Maybe that's how far you are from the server or your internet connection, because my phone's alright at playing it. My old phone wasn't. This phone, I got this phone this year, but it's not a top-of-the-range phone. It's a mid-range phone. But it plays the game okay now at 30 frames, no lag, but God, I just can't get used to doing the combat quick enough. Like, you know, I'm so used to like doing action combat with keyboard and mouse, or at least a controller. But on my old phone, I was lucky to get like 15 frames per second. That was funny. All I ever did on my old phone in this game was the fishing when it first came out. Well, I didn't want to sit on my computer doing fishing to try and get the catch. Just sit on the sofa and do the fishing there. But yeah, if they put controller support on Android, I would play it on my phone more. I just don't know why they're not doing it. Like Apple got it. I think it's because they make more money from like Apple mobile players than Android mobile players. Oh, it's a bit old, is it? Mine was old. Mine was like, God, 2017. I keep my phones long because I'd like to buy my phone outright. I don't like going on contract, because you know on contract they rip you off, right? And you end up paying £200 more than the value of the phone. Just it's over 2 years. I'd rather like pay outright, which means I'm not going to spend like £1,000 on a phone. So I normally go for like £400 or £500 phone. So you can use a controller then. iPhone's got baked-in controller support. You should be able to use controller no problem. Alright, let's do this daily. That's what I'm here. For the daily, what do I have to do? Oh, it's this ghost thing. Alright, let's go. Wait, is this underground? I think that's underground, isn't it? Let's see. I'm still so like such a noob at Sumeru. I don't know where anything is. Yeah, there's no, it's not underground. A little bit, but I can do some climbing and get out of here. Let's jump, let's climb, let's go.
Allow me. Don't blink. Cut to the chase. Speed of light. Yeah. Rusty, leave it. Nowhere to hide. Incoming. Hey!
Alright, everyone's dead? Nope, there's more.
Shadow! Billowing surge!
Okay, next we have... Oh, it's just there. Let's run... Way. Very good. It's the jumping mushrooms. There we go. Oh, is he gonna make it? No, surely that was a jump. Oh, I fucked up again. What if the Dendro Archon makes Dendro DPS? It might. I mean, I think you can play like Dendro main character as DPS. You can build them as that, as the on-field DPS. I mean, it's the same build as you do anyway, really, for the sub DPS role. But I think she's basically going to replace him. Like, she'll do his role better. That's what I think is going to happen. That's why I'm not building him further on this account. And all the gear is going to go on her, because I'm definitely getting her here. But on my other account, I'm skipping her, so... let's not go there. So I'm going to build Lumine a bit better than she is. Or I'm trying to, anyway. Yeah, I think she's going to be support. Like, I've seen her, how they do her skills, basically. Her E skill is... like, you press E and, like, a scanner comes up. Like a green rectangle. Just in front of your character, and you pan the camera around and it tags everyone with Dendro. I don't know how many characters you can tag. Her normal attacks look really cute, like she does like this sort of funny little dance. And what's her burst? I can't remember what her burst is. I've seen the leaks, and it appears that she's basically just I think you can play her as DPS, Dendro main DPS, or like a support, and she's going to be EM focused from what I've read. Basically, her, like about her ascension passives. Yeah, and she looks. I think they'll do fine with her. I think they know that their Archons have to stand out a bit from the other 5 stars. I'm not really into the chibi characters, the little cute kind of girly characters, but I mean, she's an Archon. I can't skip Archons basically on this account. That was one of the first things when I first started playing. I was like, I want the Archons. So I'm going to get her, but I think she'll be alright. And I really don't like Aether's design. I wish I'd picked Lumine on this account, so I'm happy to like ditch him. Let's go. Let's go.
Spring forth! Propagate! Oz, repeat, allow me! Don't blink! With sword comes shadow.
Talk to Barry. What's his name? Where is he? Where are you? Oh, he's right here somewhere. What? Oh, there you are. Fargani. Hello, Fargani. My kid watches this Korean show, Tayo the Little Bus, and the red bus is called Garni. Alright, so we're all done with our dailies. Very good. Very good. I've got that event to do. I think I'm going to do it today. The online paying jobs like from phone. I don't, man. The majority of jobs, I think, now are going to be, like you're going to need a laptop, basically. Because a lot of places are offering work from home now. But you probably need a laptop, or I don't know what like skills have you got? Because you can, I think you could probably like apply for something, you know, like a call center, and because there's so much work from home going on now, they you know, like a company will give you a laptop to work from home, and you can do call center stuff like that. There's a lot of that. Oh, hey Potato, how's it going, man? That sort of thing, you can look out for that, but obviously it depends on your skill set and what your previous work history, experience, profession, all that stuff is. But call centers are quite low, like if you don't have experience, like they're quite low entry level, do you know what I mean? You just got to sound alright on the phone and sound like you'd be polite, not a dick to customers. I'm glad to hear that, Potato. Yeah, that's what I thought. You've already got a full-time job, haven't you? You're just looking for something a bit extra. There's not much now with the crypto crash. There's not much sort of extras you can be really working on. Are you sick, Potato? What's up? Have you got the pandemic? Have you got COVID or something else? Oh, the flu. The flu is horrible. The flu is basically COVID, isn't it? They're the same thing, just COVID's like a stronger one. It's a flu. Yeah, the flu sucks. Yeah, the crypto crash. I mean, like, I don't know what Bitcoin's at now, but I think it was like 30k they lost off the value of each Bitcoin just a little bit ago. And obviously Ethereum's down. Well, not down. Ethereum's going all right if you're a trader, but you can't mine Ethereum anymore. That's why so many graphics cards are going on sale for low prices from all the miners that you can't like mine crypto. So there's a few things that have gone on in the crypto world earlier in the year. This crypto that was meant to be safe crypto from Korea, I forget the name of it. It failed, it tanked, and yeah, there's speculation that it was all set up by bigger companies to there's all this sort of conspiracy theory shit going on. I agree, Potato, as a gamer, right? And I like, so what, like, I wanted to say to people, you know, like, you've been buying graphics cards to do mining, and that's made my hobby more expensive, like a lot more expensive. You've seen how much the fucking 4090 is, like how much money that graphics card is, like, so that trend's continuing now, and so I've got like a mate who's heavy into mining, and since the crypto crash, I haven't really talked to him because I was like, I don't want to be the guy that says I told you so. But he bought a 3080 Ti not too long ago, like $1,000, and it was under the guise of that it's for his 7-year-old kid to play Fortnite on. But really he was mining on it, and he was mining on his other GPUs. And you know, you can't sort of say to someone, look, fuck you, man, you're making my graphics cards get more expensive. You have to be like, all right, that's great, you're doing mining, but they've all got to get a kick in the teeth because you're fucking us gamers up. Gamers generally, right, we don't normally have a lot of change in our pocket to spend on our hobby, so making graphics cards as expensive as they are is insane. So crypto MDR, right, the way people make money off is trading it. It's not something you used to be able to mine it, right? Like make your computer do it, like, and leave it on all the time. It would do the processing to do the, what they called hash something. I can't remember what it was called. But mainly it was about trading. You'd trade, so you'd buy for a certain amount, and then when that crypto goes up in value, you sell and you get profit, right? And you keep doing that. You're juggling, and so when you bought something that is now down, you kind of hold on to it as long as possible to wait for the value to increase. But so it's not really anything special. It's just like market trading. The difference is there's no checks and balances, so you can lose lots without any kind of insurance to keep you getting something. And the thing with markets and trading is they're all based around how people feel. Do people feel like it's worth holding on to it now, or should I sell it? And then when a large amount of people start selling it, then the price drops and a crash happens because everyone's trying to get out. And then the exchanges, the crypto exchanges, like stop movements of money, of real RMT, like real money transfer. And so it's a bit of a Ponzi scheme. It's a bit like a pyramid scheme where one person jumps onto it and then they say it's great, and the other person jumps onto it, and the only way that person can make money off it is if another person joins and buys the thing at the wrong price, or you know what I mean, or sells at the wrong price, and the guy above him can buy it at the right price. So it kind of is like a pyramid scheme. Yeah, so it is. Yeah, you're right, Potato. It's like the stock exchange, London Stock Exchange, Forex, any kind of trading. But yeah, it is about nothing, right? It's intrinsically, it's about nothing. It's not like a valued goods. Like you could, if you're trading on the stock exchange, your money might be in, I don't know, barley or wheat or rice or chickens or whatever, right? A real commodity. And then based on things like the harvests and the seasonal data of that area, you can judge if you're going to get more produce or less, and that will raise and lower the prices. But with crypto, it's all about speculation. Speculation for accumulation, they call it. I wouldn't go with gold these days, Potato. I would go like actual trading, like hedge fund trading. If I had that sort of money for investment, and then put a certain amount in a high interest account, like a bank account like that does ISAs. You know what ISA is? High interest, but you can't access the money for say 10 years, but it's guaranteed, like that sort of thing. And property, like where we are, especially like I'm in London, so in London property is expensive, so to invest in properties is a great idea in where I am. Do you know? I never got into crypto. Like, it all kicked off and got really big when I was still working full time in IT, and obviously in IT, right, in support, everyone's on it. And one guy I knew, this was like when the GeForce 10 series came out, he had like 8 1080 Ti's, all mining all the time, and in his house, you know, just in his house. And I was like, right, well, you guys are making my graphics cards cost more money, but what can I do? I never really got into it either. Yeah, like property here, Potato, in London is so expensive. It's crazy. My lifetime, I've always lived in this area. The value of properties has gone up like so much. I'll just say that. Like London is crazy for how much properties cost. So for me, if I was investing, I would invest in what they call bricks and mortar. You know, like it's a building property, and with property, what you can do is, you know, say you buy it when it's a low period, right? And that's what you do if you're buying property. You buy it when the market's down and it's cheap. It's like with anything, when you're trying to make money off it, you buy something when it's cheap, you wait for the prices to go up and you sell it. But with a house, that might take 10 years, 20 years. But what you can do in the meantime is you can rent that house out. And if it's in a good location, in a good city where people, you know, need to get to the center of town quickly, you make enough more money than the mortgage costs you every month, and you have a bit of money in your pocket. So that is the way to do it, I would say. All right, let's go and do resin, done dailies. But again, it depends on location, because if I was in a different part of England, like a smaller town, that probably wouldn't be worth doing, because you need to get so many properties to make up enough money. Yeah, that's what they say with property, isn't it? Location. That's the important thing. But yeah, 2 of my mates got into like crypto, like I was saying, and one of them, the one that bought the 3080 Ti, and God knows how many other systems. It was a miner. The other one was a miner. I haven't really spoke to them about crypto since the crash. Because I was the one warning ahead of time. This is, you know, this is a Ponzi scheme. It's all going to collapse like a house of cards. And when it did collapse, you know, like, you don't want to be the one saying, "Told you so." And it just, told you so months ago. But yeah, and years ago in some cases. But it is what it is. I'm just going to take them because it's quick. Right, let's go. Let's go.
You are not welcome here.
One with nature. Rest and reap it.
The thing is, Potato, I think, you know, like what you said about it not having, it's not a real thing, and at the back of everyone's mind, because trading, like I was saying before, is based around people's feelings. Do they have a good feeling that this will make money? And when something isn't tangible, right, you can't get your hands on it, it's not a real thing. There's always at the back of your mind, there's this feeling of this is just some nonsense, and it could all just go bust at any time. Whereas with, like, you know, like tried and tested, like you said, gold, something that's tried and tested, or properties in London, you know, like sort of city that's been around hundreds of years where there's a fair amount of stability. You know, those sorts of things are a bit more in people's minds, in your psychology. You know, that's a tangible thing, you know. Andrew Tate, he's a joke, isn't he? Like, the thing is, he says some things that every man has to agree with, right? You can't disagree that men find younger women more desirable than older ones, right? So something like that is just a fact. But then some of the things that he said, and the fact that it panders to the far right, like his audience are incels and racists and, you know, all the kind of worst people in society. And so because of that, I have a bigger problem with, if he was just sort of saying his stuff and no one really cared, but he's got big following, he's made big money since quitting kickboxing by saying shit that makes people actually do harm to other people, and that I don't like about him. That's my thoughts on him. I've got no problem with anyone having any opinion as long as it doesn't incite like someone else to do something that will cause another person pain, right? That's the way I think it should be. And yeah, his words have, but like I said, he does say some things that will resonate with everyone, and that's why he's got that kind of big following. You know, like a lot of those kind of far right guys, like alt-right guys, they'll say something that resonates and everyone kind of jumps on a different thing. Like the ones that have got a problem with what he's saying, like the potential harm that comes from it, would point out his issues, and the other ones would be like what I said, what he said is right there. That's just like biology, that's just how we've been forever. So he's a divisive figure. He's also someone that I don't feel should have a large political sphere of influence, because he was a kickboxer. Stick to kickboxing, go and commentate on UFC, do all that good stuff, right? Not get involved in politics, because that's not your jam. And unfortunately now, you know, since Trump, right, we're in the age of celebrity politicians. Celebrities' views on politics like have more gravitas with the average Joe than actual politicians, and so yeah, it's dangerous. And it's the same as like a lot of actual racists who or conspiracy theories like Alex Jones, where none of them actually believe the crap they're saying, but you know what, it's bringing them a lot of bucks, because their audiences do believe what they're saying, and that's dangerous, man. Because you're to make money, you're just chatting all this shit and lies and hatred, and I don't know. And it's a shame as well, because early on in his career he was pretty good at kickboxing. One of my mates he does Brazilian jiu-jitsu, so he does all that fighting stuff, you know, like he's well into it, and he posted a video on Facebook about when all this controversy started out, when Tate was very young, and he kicked ass. He was a good fighter back early in his career. But yeah, stick to fighting, bro. You know what I mean? You're a fighter, you're not a politician. So your views, you gotta, you know, he's not self-aware enough to realize that, hang on, well, my profession has been a fighter. Or maybe he is, and he just thinks, well, you know, like I said, I'm making so much money from this now, just saying these things, I might as well just go with it. And if the crowd is that far right crowd, then I don't care. I'm getting, you know, what's he got, 3 million followers or something on Instagram or TikTok or one of those things. I don't know. I don't really know the numbers and stuff. I just kind of try and listen to what the person is saying and what they have said, and then see what potentially could be the other side of it. I don't think we got any good drops, did we? That was bad. But he also looks like one of those guys that, you know, like, if he wasn't, one of these, if he wasn't like a minor celebrity, and he sort of didn't do kickboxing, so naturally he wouldn't have a decent physique, I don't think he would have got any chicks. He would have been like an incel. You know, those guys that incels, they blame women for their lack of game. And game is just something you can learn. Go and look on websites what to do, right? The right clothes to wear, the right way to check body language, the right aftershave to wear. There's always websites like dedicated to it. If you're a man in your 20s and you can't get chicks, go and learn and practice, and you get better at it. Don't like start blaming women. Oh, they're not giving me the pussy. And he kind of did that, but his game was, I'm a kickboxer and I'm a minor celeb. But still, obviously, he had feelings of, oh, I'm not worthy with women.
I'm here.
Really, MDR? This is old. I'm running 1070. 1070. That was factory overclocked to 1080 speeds, but yeah, nonetheless, it's a 1070. I've actually got 2 of them in SLI, but the drivers don't make SLI drivers anymore. And Genshin, when I enable SLI on it, I get really good frame rate, but occasionally, like on the background here, you get flickers and stutters and stuff, because basically it's me adjusting driver settings rather than NVIDIA actually coding the drivers to work. But yeah, and I think it's like 2016 they came out, didn't they? 10 series? What's that? 4, 5, 6 years? 6 years is pretty old. But where I only play Genshin now, I'm all right with it. And I got it at release. I got them both at release. Well, I got them one at release, and then 3 months later I got another one. But so they've served me well, you know. And what was I playing? I was playing Spider-Man Remastered on. Everything was on the highest setting except I had to turn down one thing, was it shadows or something like that? One of those heavy hitting settings. I turned it down one stage, and I was locked at 60 FPS. I was like, 1070 is doing all right. Sure, I've got no RTX, but I mean, my 1070 is doing all right. No, I can't have RTX. It's when the options are there, they're just grayed out for my graphics cards. In every game I played where there's RTX features, you just can't select any of them to be on or off. They're just unavailable. But yeah, I mean, the card's good. My monitor is the refresh rate is only 75 hertz, so I don't really need, you know, like a card that can produce hundreds of frames per second, because I can't see it. And this hits between 60 and 75 on Genshin. I mean, see, I think the 1% lows are like 57. I did testing on it, and usually it's hovering around late 60s, early 70s. So that's all right for me. I mean, it's almost hitting the refresh rate of my monitor. the resolution of my monitor, and I mean that's good. I wanted to build a new PC about 2 years ago, right? And then the COVID thing happened, and then the price gouging started, and I wanted to originally get a 3080 Ti myself. That's probably why I'm a bit like, have a go at my friend who does the mining on it, because I wanted it to play. But then when all the prices went crazy, I thought, you know what, I'm going to hold off. And now I don't really play anything except Genshin, and my computer runs it fine, and I'm streaming it. So it's like, I can't justify like getting a new graphics card and a whole new, you know, motherboard, RAM, all that stuff. Oh, thank you, MDR. Right, what do I have to do? I was going to do the event. You know what? I didn't start this event. The only issue I have is because of my monitor being ultra wide. There's only two options I can do. I can either have it like this, where we have the heads at the top and the bottom, and you almost get my full screen, but just a little bit cut off the sides, or we can have it like this. Oh, I don't have my webcams on. Wait a sec. There we go. We can have it like this, but it's so zoomed in that when I like open up menus and stuff, it kind of, you don't get to see properly. Let's just go to something like this. Oh no, that's in the middle. Something where it's on the side. Like here, you can hardly read things. So, and I got so used to having it the other way with the little heads at the top of the bottom. So I've been messing around, but unfortunately, that I could just play in 1080p on my monitor, but then I would have black bars on the sides, right? And I'm like, well, I've got an ultra wide monitor. I want the full shebang. I'll change it back to, there we go, that way. I think they're a lot better now, MDR, than they were before. You can get like really thin and cool ones for a decent price, like 700-800, like US as well. Like I'm talking about US prices, because I watch a lot of tech channels as well. With yeah, I think they're a lot better than they used to be. Like even like I said, the entry level one, $700-800. I think you can get a decent one. Like when there's sales, like Black Friday and shit like that. What GPUs do those streamers you see use? I don't know, Potato. I have no idea. I mean, I'm guessing the big streamers, right, have got the money to have, like, the best equipment. I don't know for sure. What was that? There's a Genshin streamer. Oh, what's his name? I've forgotten his name. Anyway, and I think he's got about 300k subs, and he had a video where he had a new PC about a year ago. So and it was all the top of the range stuff. So I'm guessing they get the top of the range stuff. Hello, how are you? But honestly, for Genshin, you don't need it. Like, my CPU's really old. This is from 2014. I'm running i7 4790K. Like overclocked to 4 gigahertz, and it boosts up to 4. No, it's not. I took the overclock off. It's on normal now. It's 4 gigahertz, and it boosts up to 4.4 because I didn't want to have the hassle of like a few extra, like 100 megahertz for, which equates to like maybe 5 to 10 FPS extra, which don't really help me much. Just for the hassle that there might be instability with certain games when you have overclocks. Yeah, the 4790K is a 4 gigahertz bait, like normal. It's not overclocked, and it boosts up to 4.4. And that is an old CPU. I got it like years ago. I think it was 2015. I got it, something like that. It's old. It was like the top of the range back then, and it's 4 core 8 threads, which still is enough for like modern games. You don't need more than 4 core 8 threads, and I'm streaming, you know, and it's doing all right. That's why that is still going well, you know. It's still going okay because of of that, and I reckon most people that have got one are not getting rid of them yet, unless they're, you know, like those really techie guys who need to have the latest shiny toy. Yeah, I'm still happy with it. I'm glad I chose my parts that I did, because the PC's still kicking it. I did also like it. My PC does have 32 gigs of RAM in it though as well, which helps, because I used to do work from here, so I used to need extra RAM, but now it's all gaming stuff. The event, yes, this is what we're doing. The event. I need to do a quest, don't I, to start it? Yes. So where's the quest? Not there. Not there. Festival. This is the one. No, it isn't. Where is it? It must be this. No, it's this, isn't it? Ballads and Brews. That's the one. I mean, laptops now, I've been sort of looking, you know, like at laptops as well. But I can't justify it. Because I could easily probably, like this setup, you know, I've got the peripherals. I could easily just get a modern laptop and it would be more powerful than my desktop, and just plug all my peripherals in, you know, through hubs and whatnot. But I just can't justify getting a new computer now. This does everything I need, and I've got quite a bit of like hard drive storage on it. I've got 2 SSDs and I think like 4 hard drives or something. I've got like 12 terabytes of storage on my computer. Alright. Let's just leave this playing.
Hey there.
I think it's all about waiting until there's sales.
You two would be coming. So you heard about the letter?
I haven't checked it out. I've heard it got DDoSed on its first day. But is it free to play? Potato. I heard like, I don't know, like I heard it's on mobile, right? And I didn't understand if it was free to play or not. It is. Ah. Yeah, I haven't checked it out. I might check it out on mobile. That's the sort of thing I wouldn't mind playing in bed. Like, you know, while the missus is watching TV or something.
He's very talented in what he does, and a very reliable person.
Well, I heard it was on mobile. I mean, I might be wrong, because I haven't really looked into it. I just saw... I saw the headline about it being DDoSed, and then something about the mobile users. It might not be then, and I didn't read the article. You know, when you just skim over and you sort of read the subheading?
Go ahead. Yes, Master Gene.
Let me have a look. I can have a look right now on Android. Let's just have a look. See if Overwatch 2.
Hello, everybody.
Overwatch
Surveyor
2.
of the Reconnaissance Company. Recently,
Nah, it's not. It's not here. So yeah, I was just wrong. It's not on mobile.
Expedition team. I will now
Yeah, I just misread.
reading Grandmaster Varka's letter aloud for you all. To the Knights of Favonius.
Oh, really? Is that what happened? Again, I didn't read the article, but I thought maybe some people were miffed at the fact that it could have just been an update for Overwatch 1.
Please put your minds at ease. The expedition is safe, and all of its...
Oh, that's fantastic.
I'm not running on a laptop. I'm on a desktop. I've got a 1070. This is everything that's been rendered on a 1070 here on the stream.
May I continue?
Go ahead, Mika.
All right. Now that your fears are allayed,
I think the 10 series of cards is why, you know why Nvidia rushed out RTX. I think they made the cards too strong, too good, and they skipped a generation because they was meant to go from what's the processor called? Pascal in the 1070. It was meant to go from there to Volta, and they skipped Volta and went to the next one, which was the RTX one, they rushed it out. That's why the 20 series weren't very good at RTX, because it was rushed. It was baked in to sort of have an extra selling feature, because the cards weren't markedly faster than the 10 series, so they knew no one was going to buy it if they just released them.
The cat?
I don't know, MDR. I don't know. I'm probably going to get him on the other account if I snag Eula there, because I'm guessing they're going to have some synergy, Eula and him, but I'm not sure.
On this occasion. Open parenthesis.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, he looks a bit 4-starry, but then he looks a bit like Albedo as well, and but not as flush as Albedo. I'm not sure.
So no one can know
Excuse me.
his past or his origins. However, I don't
His character's a bit
that he could even take out
a bit kind of,
by stabbing
I don't
it in
know,
his big glowing eye with one of
lackluster. But yeah, I'm hoping he has some synergy with Eula, because she says this during this event, doesn't she? She says we worked together a lot before Varka took him off on their expedition.
Be able to sleep much better now that we don't need to worry about him anymore. I will admit that some of his actions.
But later on in the event, though, Eula and Amber, they say
he owed us
at first he acts like he's a bit scared of people because he's assessing their character, and then once he's judged how to communicate with them, then he becomes more open. And it's not that he's scared of anyone. So that might mean he's a 5-star, right? Because they're saying he's not some little like wimpy guy that we see here.
As well as the happy times we have spent with each and every
That is Mika, yeah, from the manga potato. I don't know the surname, if it is Hakkinen. But yeah, this is his first entry in the actual game.
Limited edition Vine Laserfest seasonal special will do nicely. May Lord Barbados bless Mondstadt.
I mean, he might be.
Carry our sentiments.
It's so hard to tell these days. Like when I first saw Layla, I thought she was a 5-star. And now people are saying she's going to be 4-star. And it kind of makes sense because she looks a bit like Candice. And Candice looks like a 5-star. I love Candice's design, but she's a 4-star.
There are 10 captains in the Knights of Favonius, but only one Grand Master. Ah ha 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 ha. His left, not mine. The letter ends here. Thank you, everyone, for your attention.
Thank you, Mika.
Oh,
Master Jean,
missed my wife's message.
I just noticed that there's something else written on the back of the last page. PPS. I ran out of paper, so I'll add this here. Lisa, the following is a message for you. This part seems to be from the Grand Master to
I don't know who
Lisa.
Flying Finn Mika Hackett. Oh, okay. The F1 driver. Now I didn't get it. As soon as you said the Finn for a Flying Finn, I understood Mika Hakkinen.
The Vine Laserfest is in just a few days.
Yeah, well, he was blonde as well, wasn't he?
Receive word that all is well with the expedition.
Yeah, I did. But it's not, you know, like when something in the back of your mind that you don't think about. We're talking about Genshin and not relating it to F1. It's my lazy mind.
I hope that everyone will guard your stations and perform your duties, both for our far-flung colleagues.
He has a
involved in the
broken burst,
expedition,
MDR.
and also
Interesting.
to the hardworking people of Mondstadt. And of course, during your time off,
But those
I hope
boots,
you will
man.
be able to rest, relax, and enjoy this long-awaited festival. That brings our meeting to a close. Dismissed.
Did Paimon hear that right?
Looks like I mean, he's got a book on his back, but I was going to say it looks like he's a catalyst user, but that doesn't mean anything. He could just have a book on his back.
But it must be important.
And use a bow and arrow or something.
Matui, the
Hey, cuties. How about we go and chat with Jean? You didn't get a chance to say a proper hello with so many people here.
sounds good. All right, let's go.
Alright, where do we go? Grandmaster's office. change group. So I was wishing earlier on the standard banner, and now I've got this. I was like, why give me another one of those? I got both of those from the standard banner. It couldn't just give me like Skyward Hop. Please give me Skyward Hop. No. Gave me that. He does look like a sword guy. I reckon he's a sword guy too.
It's been a long time. Apologies.
Or I would have been happy with Skyward Spine as well. No, Skyward. Which one's the great sword? The Claymore. I would have been happy with that or Skyward Harp.
Why not stay in Mondstadt for a while?
Instead, I've had Skyward Atlas and 2 Jade Cutters.
Don't be deceived.
Not Jade Cutters, sorry, Jade Wings.
But she's been missing you both terribly recently.
And I've got an abundance of like pole arms.
I'll leave you to catch up.
I don't need. That's why I refined it. I was like, I don't need this.
Yeah, Mondstadt's where our journey began after all. We have a lot of fun.
All right, MDO. Have a good day at work. Thanks for joining. You see you on the next one, bro.
Anything about this Vine Lesa Fest? Could you tell us more about it?
Yes, of course. The Vine Lesa Fest is an ancient Mondstadt festival just like Ludi Harpastum and Windbloom. In addition, it's the most important part of the fall. Each fall, the west wind blows.
Thanks, dude.
Mondstadt.
Adios. Potato, I'll be right back. I'm just going to grab another beer.
Mondstadt's winemaking during the harvest season entices even the Animo Archon into attendance, being the great wine lover that he is. No matter where he is, he will transform into a soft breeze and return to his homeland.
Yeah, that sounds like the Animo Archon, all right.
For this reason, Mondstadters call the western wind the returning wind. The Vine Lesa Fest originally began as a celebration to welcome Lord Barbados on his return. In the past, every household would brew fresh wine around this time of year and keep it sealed at least until Windcoming Day during the following year's Vine Lesa Fest. Uncasking the sealed wine is a symbolic
Right,
way
where are we?
for the
Richly
Animo
bless.
Archon to share a drink.
Knowing him, it was
Hello.
probably blessing them with more
Cats.
good wine the next year.
That's a good question.
Right then, the light is so bright now.
There's
It's
really
got
no
dark
way of
outside.
knowing. These
Got
are
a bit
very
dark.
old stories. Many of the details have been lost to time.
Yep, that'll happen. Some stories change completely as they get passed down. Hence why these days, Mondstadters will get into endless arguments over what kind of flower a windbloom is.
All part of how cultural heritage is created.
Indeed. But for the time being, at least, the tradition of paying
I'm looking
tribute
forward to
the
seeing
Animo
Varka
Archon
when we
of
finally.
Mondstadt is still
Hopefully, when we
alive
get to
and well.
Natlan,
And the
they'll
Vine Lesa
introduce
Fest
Varka.
remains a time for Mondstadters to share the joy of the harvest with one another as they partake of.
I'll
fine
definitely
wine.
have to get him.
This is a time of the year when many Mondstadters
Yeah, some of the
go away from
emojis don't
Mondstadt
work,
to their
unfortunately.
hometown. For those unable to return, Vine Lesa Fest is the period when they miss their family and friends most keenly.
Oh, so that's why the Grandmaster wrote, "May the wind carry our sentiments back to your side."
For this year, we've joined forces with the Church of Favonius and the Adventurers Guild.
Alright, I'm just going to skip a bit of this now because
These days, it is
there's
a
not much storyline now. They're just
The
saying
Knights of
we're
Favonius
gonna
plan to
Wow.
do shops and
If you have
events.
the time, I encourage you to take a look around. I hope you'll find it a worthwhile experience.
I still need to do the Archon quest
Razor told us that he was raised by a pack
in the
never knew
desert.
his parents.
I've got to get that done
Wolfpack
before
is
the patch ends.
which means family.
Yes.
Luckily, still got a few
But in
weeks.
his letter, the Grandmaster says that in the cabinet above
Excuse
the
me.
third bookshelf, to the right of the grandfather,
Does this mean the Grandmaster?
it would seem so.
Oh yeah, we need to go and find Razor, don't we? So they're setting up here the story that Varka
Nothing escapes
knew
your eyes,
Razor's
does it?
parents, so maybe
A child who never met
later
father
we're gonna
or
get
parents, this kind of conversation is
either to find out they're both dead,
such
or
a
one of them,
even for the most
or two of them are
reckless.
alive, and we'll get them as characters, perhaps.
Razor grew
Maybe
up
the
in
5-star,
London.
the actual 5-star Razor, not Sinai, will be his dad.
Who
Imagine
knows
that.
whether he's ready for this or not.
I'm sure the Grand Master will have given due consideration to Razor's circumstances. Perhaps he felt that now would be the most appropriate time.
That's a good point. Okay,
Coincidence, yeah. Depends. Coincidence, fate,
he thinks of me as his teacher.
the universe. How it depends how you look at
He
it.
gets upset. Thank you, sweetie.
That might just be God having a laugh, you know?
You can. Someone his age needs all the
Doing little things like that. Do you notice these things, guys, that I'm doing? These little coincidences, as you call them. It could be like, could be anything. Alright, where do I have to go? Leave the building. Let's go. I really need to get better gear for my Zhao. He's a bit lackluster here. His ER is bad as well. But who's got the time to gear all these characters properly? Certainly not me. And the resin. The resin refreshes that you have to do with your primo gems. I'm just trying to get these lamp lights. Oh, that's a trap.
Hey, look! It's a hunting trap. It looks like the... What is it?
Oh.
Electro energy? Paimon wonders if it could be Razor. But Paimon thought he was pretty good at avoiding the hunters. Well, anyway, let's follow the traces of Electro and see where they lead.
But I guess, you know, like, if you're not really that bothered about, you know, if you haven't got anything to prove anymore, and you're only trying to do it to yourself, because most people make the mistake of trying to prove themselves to other people when you gotta really, like, you're proving it to yourself, right? And once you've hit your target, then he's right. Like, he just want to drive, he just want to have fun. Like, that to me is, that's a good mindset. Like, I've done what I need to do. I've established what I wanted to establish. I just want to have fun now. Oh, this hard to be. It's a hard comparison with Senna. He was exceptional, and it was different time as well. You know, everyone was so different. Like how regulated everything is now with from the safety aspect. It's hard to say how much that is potentially limiting the ability of drivers to truly shine.
It's okay.
Whereas in those days, you know, perhaps that bit more freedom with the technical side of things and the speeds and stuff like that. That, I don't know.
Friend.
It feels more clinical now and less seat of your pants. More like something you rehearse for than before it was like you
Are you two hunting together?
wing it, right? You know, like a real life race on the streets. When you like flashing lights behind someone, you pull up and you're like, yeah, let's race. That sort of thing.
They're trampling crops and destroying the vineyards. Someone could get seriously hurt. The Knights of Favonius came to us asking for help, keeping the boars a safe distance away from the population.
I and Uncle Brown Cat catch boars, protect everyone.
Wow, Razor! This is a big step for you.
You can say that again. Razor was the star of the show this...
Helping everyone, helping Lupical makes me happy.
Yeah! But, actually, we came here...
Oh, I don't know.
It's nice they're giving Razor some time in this storyline.
Wanna know?
I want to know, but don't want to know.
He's quite a lot better now with Dendro.
So you do wanna know, but at the same time you don't wanna know? Ugh, sounds complicated.
Traveler, come Come and take a look at the trap I just placed.
What was it? I mean, I can't remember the specifics, man. My memory's kind of generalizing, probably romanticizing a bit, you know, nostalgia. When I actually liked Formula One a lot, you know, when I was watching it.
Yes, I have some thoughts about this after seeing how Razor reacted.
And it was the Senna days when I got into it, just before, well, yeah, when Senna was...
Much, but still, I feel like I've come to understand him a little over the time.
Yeah, at his height, actually. I'm trying to remember the bit before he was, like, winning everything. And it was when he was winning everything when I started remembering him. And, yeah, so...
I'm a father myself, so...
I remember seeing it on the news, right, when, you know, when he died. It was so gutting. I like that guy. He seemed like a dude, like a nice dude.
As if she was worried that I might abandon her.
I don't remember specifics. So you gotta remember how bad my memory is. Like, I drink a lot and smoke a lot. So my memory is pretty trashy.
And if it turns out they did,
basically, if I don't have to work or have my kid, or you'll be out and about, I'm just chilling at home, I'm having a beer. So my memory's pretty bad.
But he's making progress one step at a time.
It was a long time ago as well. Yeah, I wasn't like a fan where I would, you know, like record it on VHS and watch it back. I'd literally just watch the live broadcast. I remember it used to be on a Saturday on one of our channels here, and yeah, I'd tune into the F1. Just love it.
Gotcha. Well, knowing that he's got a friend like you to rely on.
Okay, got it. Right, let's head back. We don't want to keep him waiting.
He was an annoying little French man, Alain Prost. He was French, wasn't he? Prost? I think he was French. Oh man, if I've got your nationality wrong, I'm sorry, Prost. And no offense to the French if I was incorrect. Oh, he was. Alright. I remember just being little and annoying. I can't remember specifics. You know, that just that imprint of someone from, like, what, 30 years ago, was it? Something like that? God, it was a long time ago.
He specifically told her to give you the things. That means that he thinks the items have a special meaning for you. But more importantly than that, whatever happens, the travel...
That's right. And old Uncle Brown Cat's here to support you as well.
Okay.
I like that Draff has got more role as well in the storyline. Draff from Springvale. He'll sell you 10 fowl if you and some meat if you want.
Well, you folks better be heading off then. I'm just
I think he was the first dog humanoid I saw in this game. Draff.
Try and get plenty of father-daughter time in before the Vine Laser Fest starts.
Bye, Draft. See you again next time.
Bye, Draff. Alright, go back to Grand Master's office. Let's go. That's the wrong teleport. Yeah, but he had like shorter sides though, didn't he? And a more of a wavy top, where Senna's was a bit more of like a mushroomy wavy. That's my memory. And he was whiter as well. He was like really white. Senna wasn't like brown, but he's more olive skinned. Which makes sense, you know, obviously makes sense where he's from, but where they're both from, you know. We understand why pigmentations are as they are due to environmental reasons.
Hello, teacher.
Instead of what the morons believe about racial superiority.
Well, the wolf cub's in a good mood. I'm assuming they've discussed the whole story with you already?
Was it? My memory is like his was wavy on top, but maybe it was curly and, you know, going round at the top, and Senna's was more of a kind of mushroomy, wavy deal.
You're ready. You can open it yourself.
But in those days as well, like, haircuts weren't very good. Man. Those are the days I had hair. My haircuts weren't very good back then.
Oh, this is just a pile of junk. Paimon thought there'd at least be a wedding.
My kid's got curly hair.
After all this
But
time,
when it grows out, when it's short, it's wavy. But when it grows out, it gets just really curly. He gets it from his mum because she's
Scent.
from North Africa, so
what kind?
it's the genetics.
Scent. I remember from a long, long time ago. It's their scent. Human scent. Father and mother scent.
Incredible. You still remember scents from all the way back in your childhood.
Wow. You have a really good sense of smell, Razor. Guess being wild by nature has its advantages.
Oh, did you hear potential about the second anniversary rewards in Genshin?
This woolen
So they're exactly the same as last year, minus the wings and the extras we
Is
got.
this apart from a really Look, this wine bottle is still half full.
It was my prediction. I did predict that they're probably going to do the bare minimum and give us, because they know they can't give us less than last year.
Wine.
Oh, so it's a bottle of Thousand Wind wine?
Teacher.
Yeah, but most of it's like teapot
Of
stuff.
course.
I don't even think we get wings. Well, like wings is like universal. Most combat players don't do teapot stuff,
As to how
but so wings they can appreciate.
some say it's a
But if it's a
reference to the
piece of
numerous
furniture,
ingredients used to
do
make
you know
it.
how many pieces of furniture I have not crafted? Like, I haven't been to my
Tastes
teapot and
flavor.
made furniture for fuck knows how long. That's over 6 months, something like this. Like a long bloody time.
And that it's very difficult to ensure it comes out tasting the same each time.
So yeah,
Makes it impractical to
limited teapot
commercialize.
stuff
Wine
is
merchants are much more
it's great.
comfortable working with reliable, consistent tasting products. That's why you'll almost never see Thousand Wind wine in the markets or taverns.
Yeah, so they gave us like 2 temples. So we've had 1 temple's worth of primos in the mail so far. You know, like
There's something pretty
when they
important about it.
did the apology mail last year after the event where we only got 10 intertwined fates, and they did the apology email. We got 10 pull in the mail, and we got the wings and whatever other stuff we got. This time we didn't get the wings, but we got primos. We got, I think, some fragile, not much else. And we're gonna get in the next banner, well, in the next event, we're gonna get
Smile?
the login. I think it's a login reward, you know, like it was last year, just like the Lantern Right event.
A little bitter.
And it's like the bare minimum.
Many things. All
I mean,
mixed
a
together.
pet, yeah, but I mean, what is a pet? It doesn't do anything. There's no functionality. It's just cosmetic. It's nothing. Like, you could have just not done it and given us 10 more pulls.
I will try again.
Excuse me. I just think what they should have done is just given everybody a choice of 1 4-star that they want.
What do we do?
How's that going to break the bank?
Try
You know?
another way.
It's either like the first copy of a 4-star or 1 constellation. And you know, on 4-stars, you need constellations.
It's almost the
So,
Valhalla Fest.
It's hardly going to affect them that much. And then give us 20 pulls as well.
Surely someone will know a thing or two
That,
about Thousand
I think
Wind.
everyone would have sort of been alright with. But most Genshin players now, they're kind of like me, where I think if you were around last year,
The opening ceremony.
you predicted it. You said, well, they're probably going to do this, you get 20 pulls,
It'll be a
and
crowd
maybe
of
something
people
else.
packed around.
but not much.
Okay. Ask many people.
And they did it.
I will try.
Don't worry, we'll be right there with you. We can be your go-betweens. You know.
Okay. Then I will go back.
But at the same time, I'm looking
to
out
tell
for
Bubacol
the next
about the human mother.
Chinese New Year. Let's see what the next Lantern Rite gives us. Like,
Ceremony.
maybe, you know, they share us with more gifts then, and I don't mind that. If you know, you don't, every kind of celebration doesn't need to be giving us the most rewards, but as long as we get a few here and there through the year that give us a lot. I didn't see what time I need to wait till. 8 a.m. 2 days later. Okay. That's 1 day. That's 2. 8 a.m. Well, I don't think this is the right time. Let's just wait. Oh, sorry. My missus, we're trying to get some time off work so we can go away for a few days. We both need a break. Where do I have to go? Where do we have to go? Oh yeah, I still haven't waited for the right time. I am 6 days later. I am 1, 2. Perfect. In what regard, Potato? Sorry.
Thank you, everyone, for your patience. I am pleased to announce that
Yeah, I prefer characters like that, but in society they don't get, you know, lauded as the great ones because they always expect you to come and defend your title and keep winning and stuff. But some people have just got their own objectives, you know, like what they want to do, and once they get to that point and they've done it, there's no reason to keep doing it in their mind, and that takes, I think, a more strength of character than be someone who's like, well, I'm good at it, I'll just keep doing it because obviously it's making money, but you've already got probably millions by that point anyway, or a few mil, enough to be comfortable and start doing something else, start enjoying life rather than being professional. Because when you're professional and you're, focusing on something and putting it all into it, unless it's, related to something you enjoy as a pastime, then it is just work. It is just work, and it might be fulfilling the work, but you want to have play too, right? That's the way I see it. Life and our sort of society, especially, you know, this capitalist consumer society, it predicates winners as looking like people that keep going, keep making money, you know, they don't just stop and say, right, well, I've reached what I wanted to reach, I've got enough now, I can just kick back. And sure, it might not be, I might not be on the level that I could be otherwise, financially, or like the class wise, right? That's what they call class. The more money you have, the more different class you are. But if you found contentment and happiness and you've done something pretty amazing, you know, to be F1 champion or whatever it is, it doesn't have to be amazing. As long as you have, in your mind, you needed to get that thing done in your life and it's done, then I don't know why you can't chill. As long as everything else is taken care of and just have fun. Yeah, just to like give them a big finger, right? Like, yeah, well, kick me. Oh, I can just, again, I have to like, no, just prove, but it's just for proving, like, you know what, I could have done it, but I was just having fun, and you guys kicked me. It's a different kind of mindset. I kind of like that.
There's a name that takes me back. Let me think. How long has it been since I last heard someone mention 1000-win wine?
Razor's parents left him a box with a half bottle of wine inside. And there's a lake. We heard there's a lot of history behind it.
I mean, from what you've said, like, that sort of chill is chill. I like I said, I like that mindset, because that's kind of what happened with me in my life. You know, we had the change with me and my wife once our kid came along, well, last year, that she'd go to work, and I just feel like, yeah, I got us here. we've got a house, we've got things, we've got, you know, like we've got foundations now. But I was doing it all before I met you and stuff. Now I can take a chill pill. I've established what I want to, and I can work on something else for a little bit until either I can make money from something else or my savings run out, and then I'll go back to work or something. But I like that kind of attitude.
Hear it you shall. Fill up the barrels and store them.
Yeah, just do because like as a men, right? We have this sort of need to prove ourselves that it's also tied into our ego. But that's at a young age, and once you get to like where I'm at now, my 40s, I feel like, well, I've accomplished most of the things I set out to accomplish. And also, like, I'm blessed in the fact that my wife wants to go out and work, and she wants to pursue a career and study and stuff. So, well, yeah, I want to chill a bit now. I don't want to chill when I'm in my 60s and I'm old and decrepit. I want to chill a bit now. I'm chilling a bit now has meant I can invest heavily in my kid, like one-to-one. You know, like I'm raising him primarily. So that's more fulfilling to me than, all right, we could be on a higher level of living, right? Yeah, sure, we have to make cuts and budgets and budget this and budget that, but we're generally quite happy. So I don't know, it depends how people I think mistake the need for a certain level of income to make your life comfortable, and then they keep going and keep going and keep going, and then the money becomes the problem because you're then chasing the money because you want the next biggest thing and the next newest thing and the next most expensive thing, and then like you have all that stress of like dealing with finances and shit, you know, like juggling everything. Because over here in the West, like, well, here in England anyway, basically everyone lives on credit, and to be debt free, it takes a whole burden off you. And thankfully, like, we're in that position, right? I've worked my arse off my life, and I got to a place now. We've got a home, we got everything. We don't owe the bank nothing. We just have to pay our bills, and that's it. And yeah, so I think, like, obviously on a higher level, like Kimmy's on the same sort of thing where once you get to that point, you're just like, well, I just want to have fun, and that's what my streaming is like. It's limited with how much time I get to do it, but it's like I have fun. I can talk my thoughts, play the game I like playing, and at the same time, my wife is doing what she wants to do. She's chasing her ambition, her career. So it's all good.
So long, and you still don't trust my intentions? Oh, the pain.
I think most, you know, if most of the world had that mindset, there'd be a lot less kind of stressed out, mental health issues, all of this, because everyone takes too much on.
To make wine, then right.
Yeah, memes are, I'm showing my old manness, that I'm not a big fan of memes. I was in a group, you know, WhatsApp group of old friends, and just some of them were just blasting meme after meme. I had to say, guys, like, I gotta just leave the group. I'm sorry, because some of them are explicit as well, right? And I've got a wife and kids, and some explicit shit is coming in my phone.
I will tell poem to teacher. Then I need to think alone.
That's the spirit. So,
Yeah, I want to start, once my kid gets into a routine, I want to start making like videos for Genshin, but I wonder if like focusing on the primary event every patch, because I haven't seen anyone doing that video wise. I'm trying to find a USP, a unique selling point for videos, because everyone does builds, everyone does this, and I don't have resources to do C6 R5 builds and all that crap. But events, the problem is they are time gated, so I'd have to wait to the end of the event to then try to do all of it. I don't really want to do this now.
let's go at Raz while we still have the chance.
Well, you know, like, Malaysia's hot. You probably needed it. Or humid, I should say.
And Paimon, the best guide into that. I humbly beg for your assistance.
Whoa. Did Paimon hear that right? Is Paimon finally starting
I don't know that story about his race engineer in Abu Dhabi.
That's right. I'm Bernhard, a member of the logistics company under Captain Hertha. Normally, I would hope to be.
This Knights of Favonius is named Bernhard. Like, it's funny because I used to like my Templar in Aeon, the MMO, used to be called Beinhalt. Bienharlt. It's almost Bernhard.
The charity event? Oh, right, Master.
That was from an anime. I can't remember which one years ago. I got that name. Just like Alkenfeld came from an anime years ago.
Knights of Favonius wants to run a stall during the festival. The idea is for all profits from the sales to go to charity.
Old
Specifically, the
80s
fund to provide
animes.
support to disadvantaged children and elderly citizens. We drew lots to decide whose job it would be, and as it happened, I was the lucky winner. I really didn't want to screw this up, so I asked all around for advice, but...
Just like a job's worth, basically. Too much. Like, he knew his shit. He didn't need to be told. You have that sometimes. But, I mean, both people are in the right, basically. The other guy's trying to do his job. But, if you know the stuff, you don't need to be told.
Yeah. Also, no need to be so formal. So you said this is to help out the.
That sounds like the sort of conversation me and my missus often have.
He's an honorary.
I think that must happen a lot in marriages. We're like, well, I know how to do this. Okay.
More than happy to do our part.
Oh, I can't thank you enough.
Oh, speaking of which, you know what? I'm gonna have to go because my wife's getting off work early today. It's Friday, so Friday night, our date night. I need to shave.
Also, there are some international customers looking to purchase beverages in bulk during the Weinlesefest period. They're on the market for an agent to handle their purchase. In the interest of establishing the price difference is ours to keep as commission.
So to sum up,
I think being chill is the best option, man.
sounds much easier than Paimon imagined.
The problem is, right, if you're a chill person, you know when you do lose it, you lose it really a lot. It don't happen often, but when it happens,
These beverages can be bought from the
it happens a lot.
He's a very nice man, but I should carry on setting up the stall now.
Come on, Bernhard, let's end this because I've got less than an hour before she gets back.
This is an enormous.
Alright, Potato, thank you for joining me today. It was nice to see you again. I don't know if you're about tomorrow. I should be doing a longer stream tomorrow. That's how it should be, man. You should just like be chill and then do your duty and then take it easy. So in that light, take it easy and have a good Friday. I might see you over the weekend, mate. Take care. And thank you anyone else that's lurking. Bye bye.